Hello. Yeah. Alright, I hope that this is fucking working. Else is a little bit embarrassing, I guess. But, wait. Today, I'm just going to slow it down a little bit. But today, yet again, we are going to be, doing some C/C++. No, not fun. Oh, but yet again, we are going to be doing some C/C++. No, was it? Which one was it? There. I need to figure out everything. But again, yet again, C/C++ time yet again. So yeah, last time we got something working, so we can do that. Though it's a little bit jank. There's a lot of jank actually. For example, that right after we do it, all that, it just fails, which is not that good if you know anything about it. But I have found something, because you can make a right. I need to move my phone. Right console A, I think it is. Right, which is not the function that I'm using right now. Right now, when I wanna write a character, or actually when I'm writing all of the characters, we get that one and set screen buffer. Read console. It's not read console. Where the fuck is it? Here. We are right now using write console output, the normal one of those. But if I use write console A, we need a handle. We need a LP buffer, which an LP buffer is just characters. B is for write console B is for words, aka what's it called? AKA Unicode, and A is for ASCII. So the number of characters in a D word, number of characters written, okay, which is an output, and then a reserve. Reserve must be null, okay. So yeah, we're going to use this one instead, because right now we have been using console H. Right now we've just been using a char info, and yes, char info can be good in some situations, that you have an ASCII or something like that, or an attribute, which is good enough, I guess. Like, you can use this if you want to, of course, but with this we can just throw shit out, pretty much. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use that one, and so we actually also don't even need all of this anymore, because we don't need to read the console to get this one anymore. So yeah, though I still want to have a jar wchart and then call it a buffer. Buffer is already allocated. Wait, what? Alright, yeah, we need to do this. Here. Right here. We're now allocating that. I just don't want, I also want to do it on, I want to malloc that. The size underscore column, that's size underscore row as a w char star. I think it is. Double char buffer. A pointer is actually. So we have that right now. Now, let's see. So let's do something. So let us really quick check. So it is outputting a boolean to check for success. So we are going to be checking for success. Equals to write console, and we want to have the W version of it. We need the handle for std output. We need a void buffer, which is going to be not another, but buffer. Number of characters to write, which in this is just 1, I guess. Number of characters written, is that 2 things. So number of characters to write, number a pointer to a variable that receives the number of characters actually written. I think we can just say null pointer here, I guess, and then null. We need to do that. Okay. Now instead of it's going to be this, we can now say that, hey, wchart there with an index. Okay, so this should work, I hope. Generating code. Okay, we are getting a lot of characters. Okay, so a lot of characters. What if we say what if we say size of buffer, size of buffer? That should give us the total amount of fucking gosh, we need to okay. Okay, so let's figure out a way to clear the screen. So clear console. I want to use some kind of not console to clear, for fuck's sake. Wait, fuck, this is wipe mode. Now, what do we have here? We can set console mode, maybe. Let me see. We can free the console. Allocate the console. Let me see. So, is there something for clearing? Nope. Get cursor info. Get console mode. Get window. Get standard handle. Set a whole bunch of things. Handle a routine. Okay, so yeah, we have write the character string to a console screen buffer at the beginning of the current cursor location. Okay. A pointer to a buffer that contains the characters to be written. Here. The number of characters to be written, if the total size of the specified number of characters exchange the available heap, the function will return fail, not enough memory. Remarks: the set console function writes characters to the console screen buffer at the current cursor position. The cursor position advances as character as written. The set cursor position function sets the current cursor position. Okay. You can also write the thing right there. Okay, so we could so it should segfault here, probably because I didn't segfault. It didn't segfault because I didn't say that, hey, I want to actually like print something. It also didn't segfault. Why? So wait, what was it called? It was called read. We should probably search in here. Read console input. Wasn't it that? Read console output. Right here. Reads the character and color attribute data from a regular block of character cells in a console screen buffer. And the buffer writes the data to a regular block. Okay. Okay, so if we really quickly bring this back. Okay, and that's all that. I'm really going to try to set a breakpoint right there. So we get hello world, hello world, hello world. Error and read. Right here. So is that as the first thing? Two seconds. Should it return true? Right here. If the value is non-zero, if the function fails, the return is 0. Yeah, so we should actually like check for not. Yeah, and fuck shit. That's why we got that error. Fuck man. For fuck's sake. Okay, please move down. Thank you. I figured it out. and we can delete all of the mentions of that. Move the breakpoint, build it. Success, great. Okay, so we can also read in an event. Read event, which is under console dot read events. Which we want a input records buffer. Let's set that to be malloc, which will be the size of that one plus 10 plus 20 probably. Yes, we are keep allocating them. Buffer. And then size, so I think that's size of like buffer, I guess. Right there. So right here. So is n length okay? Okay. So if I do this and try to write okay, I think we should do a sleep for like 200 milliseconds or something. Alright, let's get ready. That should be enough. We have C number of reads. Right here. Events. Keyboard events. There was no keyboard events apparently. Mouse. Menu. And set focus. Really no keyboard events. 04. I really quickly need to read on the events right here. The event type can be any of these, which I think it was 04. That means there wasn't a whole bunch of gibberish. That was 8. Oh, 04. 01, right now. Yeah, 1 meant a keybint. Okay, so let's read on that. So, oh, that's why. That's because we have this. So an int, which is actually a boolean, b key down, boolean key down, repeat count once, virtual key code, scan code, that one, and the state. Another one. This time it was key down and then T. Oh shit, I hate that. Alright, and another one. This time being T again. But this one is up. Okay, so just a question real quick. Are we able to have console keys? Nope, we don't. So we need to either do all this using, yeah, we probably need to use this. Okay, so let's make some new functions. For example, read key, which will output a W char. What should we call this one? We should probably call this one right, yeah, let's just do this one. W char underscore T, read key. First of all, I really quickly want to have myself an input. An input records and input buffer as size 20. Yes, we are going to heap allocate it. Input buffer equals to malloc 20 times the type, no, not the type of, the size of input records right there. It's good. Now let's do read events, which we need to have constant dash dash for that. Now let's do input buffer and say size of input buffer. Okay, so now we have gotten and read events, which if read events is over 0, no, actually if it's under or equals 0, then we should say return null. Are we in C++ now? Because then we could make this an optional. Maybe. You know what? The thing is, I need to fucking shit. Let me see. So what is it? That is center or something. I need to shit. Goodbye. Back again. Okay, so why isn't okay? Pretty. Okay, so we have that. I'm not going to do it like with what's it called with. I think I'm just going to check for null. Null, I guess. Let me check. Maybe it returns 0. Yeah, we're going to return 0. Else, I think we want to check for each of the read keys. Want to check if buffer, the buffer, not right, yeah, it's called input buffer I that event type is equals to hex 0001. And else continue. But if it is, then we just simply, without reading anything else, we just want to return key event dot u right, the u character a Unicode. And else, if anything fails, return 0. Now, here we can then say console.read key, where then we can wchar underscore type key equals that. Now I think I want to say if key is equals to a, then wanna console dot write string pressed a. Maybe we should actually like just do this. Nope. Let me just really quick check what the heck there is. Is 4. That means continue. 1. $16. And we are on number 1. I really quickly want to check the rest too, just to see. Yeah, there's the A. Is that no matter what? Maybe, yeah. I think we could start at 2. So now is A. And then if key equals to A, then wanna print pressed A. Press A. Now we could throw this into a while true that this one is not A. If key equals to A, let's no, wait, not there, but there. Oh, right there. Wait, we did press A. It just took a little bit. And now I am also pressing A. Yeah. I think we should really quickly like just say sleep like for a small while before we actually get it, because yeah. Kernel base, what the fuck? Okay, Control C doesn't work. Noted. Okay, let's really quickly like just also do this in the loop. Right now I'm pressing fucking Shift and A. Right now. What if we display of the keys? Alright then. Alright. There's on very specific windows of time. Maybe we could just sneak away with just this. Okay, so this is the reason why you can have a. Okay, so instead let us make a bool is key, and of course do a w char c. Right here. So here we'll do pretty much the same thing as here, other than that we also need to have another layer. Dot events dot there dot there dot then that one equals to C, and then true and false and false. Yeah. Okay. So now if yeah, okay, if it doesn't go through, then we will do that. So whilst is, which is on the console dot is key A, for example, then we will continually be reading all of them with a small delay. Yes, great. No, wait, this thing is false. Yeah. Literally can't. I'm literally pressing down like those two keys. Right there. Finally, an S. Okay. Can't like. This is fucking the worst input shit ever. Okay, I think I saw some other things. This one, we can have a peek at the console input, which will output one of these, which is of course an input record, funny enough, a pointer to an array. The sequence. That's why. Okay, I figured it out. Why we are not getting everything correctly. So, like up here, so we need to have a, what would you call it? You would call it console input. So we need to have an handle to a console input and a handle to console output. These two right here, console input equals to all of this. Alright, so let's check what this function is doing. Right down. Okay, so decide axis, share mode. This parameter can be 0, including that the buffer cannot be shared or that. This one is generic read axis, and it's just that one horizon following up. And then we have console output, which will be generic write. So write axis. So now we can have this one. We have to have a H there with generic read writes. So this one right here. So this should work. Yeah, work very much better. So now we're not even fucking like doing anything. Yeah, now we're just failing every single time. I read something wrong. Let's see more info here. Consoles object security dependencies. Uh, okay, so we need a handle to the console input buffer. The handle must have the generic read access right. Fuck. For more information to that. A process can specifically specify a console input buffer handle in one of the wait functions to determine when there is unread console input. Okay. So if you just do standard in, or if we actually maybe do, if we maybe actually do this one, maybe this will actually work. Because Justin says that it needs to have the generic read. And I'll bet on that there's just, yeah. And nothing there. Okay. Standard in works, and even also works a little bit too good, maybe. I didn't even press anything. Oh, it's because that can I make this one like, well, let's make conditional one of these. If C numbers red equals, and why the fuck does the menu break? Not equals just 1. When this is true, then we should break. Right there. Now we have a whole 3 of them. Now bet on that the number 1 is a cursor input, a keyboard input. Number that one is Unicode A. So things, what about what was actually like number 0? There was A up. And then this one is A, no, right, yeah, A down and A up. And this one is A down again. Then we do that. Let me see, so oh, right now. So yeah, and now, okay. Just Okay. It just goes. Wow. Hey, okay. Let me just check. So if we spam that one, so right there. Okay, what if we say, for example, just non-capitalized A? So there's a lot of bloat, I think. Like this, that is actually a theory that I maybe have. Is that... Oh! Okay. Well, that actually kind of makes sense. 2. That is not one of those. 1 right there. That's an A. Now what about this one? We are back again. Okay. The Wi-Fi just fucking crashed yet again. You gotta love it sometimes. Right now. Right now. For fuck's sake. Yes. So, any L key, but if I press... Okay. Maybe it was a good idea to hear, but... Yeah. So yeah, now we can get keyboard inputs. Key equals to... Right there, console. That's right there. And then we can say console dot right key, right character is it called? For fuck's sake. Oh. Yes. Wait. Yes, great. Right, yeah, that's not so, A, press A. Great. So yeah, now we have ourselves a functioning fucking keyboard. Didn't take that fucking long. Oh shit. Well, I think I'm gonna end it from here and now. Right here and right now because I am fucking tired. So goodbye everyone. See you sometime later. Goodbye.